Hey, Alex Montrose with Moncord Real Estate Professional Services. Thank you for joining us today. So today's topic will be around developing strategy, and we'll be talking about a specific framework that came out of a very good book by the name of Playing to Win: How Strategy Really Works, written by A.G. Lafley and Roger Martin, as well as some other contributors as well. And the book really touches around the topic of around developing a strategy and executing against that, and uses specific case studies that Procter and Gamble were going through, and some of the challenges that they were going through, as A.G. Lafley was actually one of the CEOs at the time. So let's get started. Let's talk about kind of what that strategy framework looks like and how you can implement it to your real estate business. So the first portion of this strategy cascade is defining your winning aspiration. So what does your real estate business exist to do beyond just making a lot of money? You know, what does winning mean to you and your team? Really, that statement and that the winning aspiration really needs to clearly define what that means to you and your organization. So, and it must transcend, just making a lot of money, something that will carry you beyond, that 5, 10, 15, 20-year mark, something that is wildly important, or I like to say, what is your wildly important goal for you and your real estate business? So the second component of the strategy cascade is defining where you're going to play in the marketplace. This is also important because it's going to actually define where you're going to decide not to play as well. And within the real estate market, sometimes, we work with a lot of real estate agents, brokers, and, they may be scattered, right? They may be working multiple areas. They're not clearly defined on where they're going to actually approach and attack the market. So within this specific part of the cascade, you're truly defining, okay, I'm going to decide to work with a specific type of buyer, seller within a specific type of region, and so forth. So, and you're also going to define where you're going to not play as well. So it's really critical to get this part of the cascade down, and so that you can actually move forward within your strategy. Third portion of the strategy cascade is defining how are you going to win. And this really defines what is your value proposition and what is your competitive advantage within the marketplace. Now consider the real estate industry. There's hundreds if not thousands of brokers that you're competing with on a daily basis for the very exact same business that you're trying to go after. If you cannot clearly define what your competitive advantage is in the marketplace, chances are the broker that can is going to win more business hands down every single time. So it's really critical that you truly understand how you're going to win the marketplace, what is your competitive advantage, and then execute against that as you're going through your day-to-day business and trying to scale it out. The fourth component of the strategy cascade is what capabilities are needed. So this includes, what are the activities that enable the organization to actually play and win within the marketplace. So if you think of, what are the activities that are going to create accountability with your organization? What are the activities that are going to help business and sales development and so forth? So getting this nailed down is really critical to move on to the next step of the cascade and moving on down. And the fifth and last component of the strategy cascade is what type of systems do we need to be successful in executing its strategy. So think of this as your processes, procedures, what type of systems on the back end. For example, what type of CRM are you using? What type of lead follow-up or procedures, processes do you have in place? These are just some small components of somebody's real estate business, but ultimately there's a lot of components that would be baked out to have a robust management system in place to actually execute against the overarching strategy, right? So if without having this one component, the last component of the strategy cascade built out, the other four in essence won't work, right? You have to have the management systems in place to actually enable everything else to come together. So with that said, hopefully this was helpful on developing a strategy. There's a lot of resources online around Playing to Win and how strategy really works. I highly recommend you get the book and read it. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out at info@moncord.com. And with that said, I hope you have a great day, and we'll talk to you later. Thanks. Bye.